I came from a very small little island. My family is a large family. The day that my father had this terrific blow in business, we all despaired and thought, this is the end. This really is the end. The whole bottom of the world has fallen out. Here he had these 10 children to feed, to educate, to clothe, a wife, mother-in-law, and the usual help that we need in the Indies. And he had no money, but none. Total strangers, not strangers, but people that we did not entertain at home and who never entertained us, but they, too, came to his aid. One said, "Joe, what can I do?" "Well," he said, "all I need is money and I will have none. I have no collateral." He said, "All right. All I need is money and I have none. I have no collateral." He said, "All right." He was a commissioned agent. He said, "You want to go back into the same kind of business?" My father said, "I know nothing else but. I know how to be a good grocer, meat vendor, liquor salesman, and so these things I can do." "Well," he said, "find a place. I'll take care of the rent and I'll stock you." He found the place, or we found a place on a little side street. He gave orders to his clerks that every order that came from Mr. Goddard must be filled, no compromise. Fill it without any questions asked and send no bill until Mr. Goddard pays you. When he feels like paying, he'll pay. So we had what was to us unlimited credit. In that sense, and as the merchandise moved, we paid. Then on reflection from that little beginning, the greatest day in my family's life in the world of Caesar was the day he was wrongfully accused and eased out of this junior partnership in a grocery shop. It went from, "Oh no, this is the end," to "This is the greatest thing that ever happened." Because had he not been eased out, he would have simply gone through the next years of his life doing what he did for the first 19 in that partnership, working hard and getting nowhere. Then he started just with the help of 2 friends who never came home for a cup of tea. And so on reflection, what day in our life as a family could compare to that day? Exclamation point. My brother, not being superstitious, well, he's a very practical, down-to-earth businessman because this happened on the 13th day of the month. And he opened his new business on the 13th of the month. He got married on the 13th of the month. The new building was bought for him out of nowhere, and now he took his signature on the 13th of the month. No one could come to him and tell him 13 is unlucky. He waits for the day 13. As far as he is concerned, that's the greatest day of the year, certainly of the month. And so all the major things in his life fell on the 13th. And in spite of his know-how, really a terrific businessman, like so many people of the world, they carry one little superstition. He carries that. So here, don't fall for the 13th, 14th, or any other delay. All days are God's days, all equal. The thing you must watch is what you are doing in your imagination. For your every imaginal act is God in action. And all things are possible to God. It's because of our shortened memory we don't recognize our own harvest when it appears in the world. We don't see it. But here the whole thing comes up to confront us, to fulfill God's law that all things bring forth after their kind. You can't plant an apple seed and grow something other than the apple. That happens to everyone in this world. Who knows that his partners had to do what they did because he was ambitious for his family. And in his daydream, he was dreaming of something bigger, something better, to leave his family, to give his family. He never shared that secret with us. But he could have undoubtedly dreamed these things. So having dreamt these things, they played their part. And so he never condemned them. In the very end, In the very end, if one wanted help, he helped him. They all went to work for other people eventually, and he was the only one when he died. Of course, the others died before him. When he died, he could leave his family financial independence. He had a large family, 9 sons and 1 daughter. He didn't just leave them as a unity. Individually, they were all independent. It was all from that little beginning where he started behind the 8 ball. So what was the end of the world as a family became the beginning of a glorious future for the family, for all the family.